Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go into chapter 5 of The Lake by Natasha Preston. So I hope that you guys are excited about this and let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest clicking off of the video now. You have been warned. Sorry, I feel like my glasses are on my eyes, so I keep doing this to like push my glasses up, but they're not there. Chapter 5. Yesterday was tiring, yet here I am wide awake at 5 a.m. Below me, Kayla's deep breathing vibrates through the room. If I didn't love her, I'd throw something at her. No one is getting up anytime soon, and I'm bored. There is no rule about me leaving the cabin in the morning. I won't go far, just outside to see if anyone else is up besides Kayla and Cora. Kayla and Cora are still here. Twisting my body, I carefully climbed down the ladder, holding my breath as if breathing is the part of my escape that could wake Kayla. I don't think a marching band could wake her this early. My feet touched a cool wood floor. I quietly change into my camp t-shirt and shorts and creep out of the room. The door creaks when it opens and I wince. I'm sure it doesn't do that during the day. After a quick head count, every camper is still in their bed. I leave the cabin. Even though the sun won't rise for at least another hour, it's not too dark. I pull my jacket on and walk down the few steps to the grass. Rebecca is up early again. She's sitting on the beach by the fire pit. She has a blanket around her shoulders and her eyes are fixed on the center of the lake. Hey, are you okay? I ask, walking toward her. She jolts and looks over her shoulder. Hi, Esme. Yeah, I've just never been able to sleep late when I'm away from home. I sit on the sand and curl my arms around my legs. Me neither, apparently. Nothing beats your own bed. How come you're up so early? I shrug. I can't sleep. Excited, maybe? I wish the hall was open so we could at least make coffee. And Andy probably sleeps with the key on a chain around his neck. That gets a laugh out of her. He loves it here. He's not so bad, though. Rebecca seems like the type of person who would bite her tongue so that she doesn't end up in the middle of any kind of conflict. Hopefully that's something she will leave here. It doesn't seem like she stood up to her bullies. The lake is eerie first thing in the morning. Dark and quiet, like it holds a lot of secrets, she says. Okay. Have you been all the way around it? I ask. No, not yet. The other side is owned by the camp, right? Yeah, but about a full 5-minute walk past the lake. After that, it's a public forest, and the locals use it to hike and camp. I remember when I was here last, an old couple wandered onto camp land. I think they put up even more signs around the perimeter after that. The land is far too big to put a fence around, so signs are necessary. Rebecca nods. Didn't something happen over there past our site? I overheard one of the counselors mention there was a fire or something. I shrug and swallow acid at the same time. No idea. So Esme, she sits straighter. Tell me more about you. What's the plan after college? I left to be a journalist. I left the hustle and going out on a hunt for stories. Her light eyes watch me carefully, but you seem too honest to do that. I laugh and hope it sounds normal. I want to write facts. There are still some news outlets that do that, and probably 4 times as many that don't. You might be the first. I raise my eyebrows. You don't like journalists? Rebecca turns away, her eyes settling back on the middle of the lake. I don't like lies. What's your plan, then? She blows out a breath. I wanted to swim in college. Not anymore. Shaking her head, she replies, no. Now I don't know what I'll do. What made you change your mind? She hesitates. I didn't get a scholarship. I like where I'll be going, but there's no chance for swimming. I'm going to take all the classes I can and see what I like. That's cool. You can go wherever your heart takes you. Do you have siblings? She asks. I only have a brother. I'm an only child, but Caleb feels more like a sister than a friend. Well, you're not missing much. Don't you get along with your brother? We do anything for each other, but he's 28, so we don't have a lot in common. I always wanted a protective older brother. Rebecca scoffs. Trust me, you don't. Hey, do you think Tia's going to make us sneak out tomorrow? She can't make you do anything, but I think we're going next week. We need a couple of nights to figure out what happens after lights out. Make sure no one sees us breaking out. By that you mean when Andy goes to bed? Nodding, I say precisely. Do you even know where you're going? Apparently there's an arcade and a bowling alley on the edge of town. Tia looked it up, so we're basically sneaking out to be 13 again. With a soft giggle, Rebecca stands. Andy is up. I follow her gaze over my shoulder. Andy walks from the staff cabin, where he has a room next to the food hall. His step falters as he spots us. Rebecca, Esme, what are you doing out here? I stand and head toward him. Rebecca follows, staying a step behind me. Neither of us could sleep. Do you need us to do anything? He nods. I could use some help setting up for breakfast. He says as he lets us into the hall. That's in 2 hours. The summer could pass very slowly if I keep getting up before the sun. Though I like the peace first thing, the lake is quiet like it's sleeping. The key is returned to his pocket, not around his neck then. I wonder where he keeps it at night. In his shorts, I'd love to be able to get in late night snack, but the thought of going through his shorts is nasty. They're a little shorter and tighter than they need to be. Ew. Rebecca and I begin to bring tubs of cereal into the dining hall. There will be pastries too, but we don't need to get those out until closer to 8. Andy hums as he works and pushes one hand through his red hair. I was impressed with how you both performed yesterday. You made your groups feel welcome. Were there any issues last night? Homesickness? Nothing, Rebecca replies. I've never seen anyone fall asleep so fast, I say. He laughs. The first night is always like that, I assure you. It won't be the same tonight. When Kayla and I were campers, we never fell asleep before lights out. We'd whisper for hours, I say. It seemed like midnight back then, but in reality, we were probably all asleep before 10 p.m. Rebecca adds, the same with my camp. Andy shakes his head. It's been a long time since I was a camper. You came here? I asked, surprised. Yes, probably before you two were even born. How old are you? I ask. Rebecca's eyes go round as if I've just asked Andy to strip. What? I mouth at her. Almost 30, he replies, not taking his eyes off the notice board where he's pinning up camp expectations. See, he didn't care. He knows how old we are anyway. The boys snore. Rebecca, Andy, and I all startle at Ollie's voice. He walks into the hall, rubbing his eyes. Is there coffee? And he laughs. Not yet. I've opened the hall so you can make some. I move the coffee maker into the kitchen now that the campers are here. Ollie frowns like that was a dumb idea. We don't want a bunch of 7 to 10-year-olds caffeinated to their eyeballs, I tell him, and I don't want to share with even more people. And he nods. The coffee is for staff. I'll never get used to that being me. Please hurry, I tell Ollie. I'm dying for coffee. Well, if your life depends on it, he says, smirking at me as he walks past. His eyes are playful, and I turn away before I blush brighter than the bottles of ketchup on each table. Rebecca's gaze moves between me and Ollie. When I look up, she turns around as if embarrassed to be caught looking. That is the end of chapter 5. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.